Good evening, crypto miners. Very welcome to this AMA or interview with VAIOT or VAIOT. I think we have Mr. Pavel, COO, with us from VAIOT. Is that correct? Pavel, are you here? You have to unmute yourself. Hello, VAIOT. Are you on your phone or on your computer? Because you have to be on the phone to be able to speak. And Elon Musk says he's not going to fix that, so you better change to your phone if you're on your computer. Can you hear me, guys? All right, thank you, Alpha. So I think, okay, we will wait. Maybe Pavel is a little bit busy with something, or he's changing to his phone. So today we're going to talk about VAIOT. And VAIOT is not a new product. It has been around for a while. So, but I will let the speaker, the guest, talk about it because I'm not that good at it because I don't know that much. I'm here to learn, same as you guys. So let's see. Do we have someone from VAIOT with us? If you can't, I have sometimes that issue. Yesterday I had it. I can't unmute myself. I need to leave and come back, and then it's fixed usually. So if you have problem to unmute yourself, just leave and come back. Because we can't hear you at the moment. All right, Alpha, maybe play some more music. And everyone in here, go grab a friend, retweet this space so as many as possible can come and hear about VAIOT, which is an old project. They're on multiple exchanges already. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to hear more about it.
Hello, guys.
There he is. Hi, Pavel. Now you're muted again. Pavel, can you speak? Hello, hello. Well, at least we know there is someone here. Oh, he left. Probably had some issues there. Elon Musk, what are you doing to this space? You should hire some good people to fix this for you. Anyone in here could fix that issue? A coder or programmer or something? That was funny, yeah. People are laughing at me. I know, well, I can't fix it. I'm just doing my best. I can find solutions, like leave and come back. It's the same as if you call tech service. Did you unplug your computer? Do that first and then call again and sit in the line and wait for another 40 minutes. Now he's back. Let's see. VAIOT, I'm inviting you here up to speak. Let's see if you can answer yes to that. This is not new, guys. Those of you who have been here many times with me, you know this happens a lot. There we go. Pavel, are you with me? Hello, there he is. Very welcome. Better late than never. Can you hear me? If you still have issues, you have to try it once again. Leave and come back. Sometimes I have to do it twice before it works. I don't know why. Maybe stay out 30 seconds or something. Oh my God, Elon Musk. What are you doing? Everyone, send a message to Elon to come here so he can come and fix it. No, I'm joking, guys. Don't spam Elon. I'm sure he gets spammed enough. VAIOT! Oh, he left again. So, guys, have you read up on VAIOT? The white page is 160 pages. All right, North, you have you have read it. Pavel, can you hear me?
Yes. Finally.
Oh, finally! We have been waiting for you.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Sorry. I mean, that has never happened before, so that was the
Oh,
first.
you're lucky. It happens to me every day almost, or well, once a week.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have more data to work on.
Yeah. I blame Elon Musk every time. He never comes here to take the blame, though. I don't know why.
I know. Yeah, annoying guy.
Oh, yeah. All right. So welcome, Pavel. I'm not going to try and pronounce your last name, so please tell me your full name if you want to.
Yeah, my full name is Paweł Andruszkiewicz, which is Polish. So I'm from Poland originally.
Andruszkiewicz.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm
Okay, so I can say cześć to you then.
oh yeah, cool. Cześć, hi.
Means hi.
Yep, exactly.
All right, Pavel. So yeah, my name is Mary, and I will try and be the host here. We hope everything works from now on. And also a reminder that we talk about not financial advice in here, so it's just educational purpose. And you do your own research as always. And we have Mr. Pavel, and with a Polish last name, which is very beautiful when he says it. And you are CEO. You are CEO of VAIOT, right?
COO actually. So the
Oh, did you?
operations guy.
Yeah, COO. Sorry, my pronunciation was not good
No.
there. Yeah, all right. So can you tell us first a little bit about yourself? How long have you been with VAIOT, and what did you do before in the crypto space?
Well, I'm actually a guy coming from a traditional business. So I've worked for many years as a IT project manager. So I was managing projects for corporations, mainly in Poland, in the UK. I've worked for banks, I've worked for insurance companies, managing IT projects. Very boring stuff sometimes, like data center migrations, network architecture projects, software development, of course, as well. So multiple projects in the regular space, let's call it like that, before I actually joined VAIOT in 2018, when we started the project, and been doing COO-ish stuff since then. We did have a lot of experience, hands-on experience since 2018. We were the first project to get regulated in the EU, in Malta, in a very strict jurisdictional framework. I'm sure that we're gonna talk more about this one. We did have our token launched with DAO Maker in 2021, so we're basically listed and on the market since since February of 2021. So almost 2 years listed in operations, etc., etc. But the project is actually working since 2018.
That's nice. So you got the big hype and you got the bear market.
Oh yeah, we did all of it. We did all of it, and from COO perspective, bear market is where you start to really be creative.
Yeah, you have time.
Yes, but I mean the good thing about us is that we're very much there is a lot of dualism at VAIOT, meaning that we really have a strong traditional business leg. This is one of the good things about being regulated. This is one of the good things that the regulation is providing to a company which wishes to be regulated or provide regulated crypto assets, because they actually impose on you that you have a very strong regular business behind you, so that you're not that fragile when it comes to bear markets and any other market fluctuations. It's you still have your regular business leg there to stand on.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I tried to I didn't get notice until late evening yesterday that you will come here, so I didn't have time to read it all because the white paper is huge. It's like 160 pages.
Again, courtesy to the regulators.
Yeah, but what I want to do, I was thinking maybe you could have like an extended elevator pitch to tell us about what is VAIO, the core about VAIO, so we get to know it a little bit.
Right. So the most important thing to understand is that VAIOT is combining artificial intelligence and blockchain, and it's trying to deliver the best pieces, the benefits of both technologies to the users in a simplified way. Meaning we use AI, parts of the AI, not only for advanced algorithms for contract generation, but we also use AI assistance interfaces to basically increase user experience, allow regular people who not necessarily have the skills to code, the skills to read code, the legal skills as well, to really benefit from the usage of those technologies. So the shorter pitch would be that VAIOT is delivering a portfolio of blockchain-based AI assistants. We're doing this around 3 different business lines, which in a very well-structured manner describe the dualism that I was talking about in the very beginning. So we have the first business line, which is strictly business to business, B2B oriented, where we offer our AI assistants to companies, to regular companies, regular agreements, regular contracts, and regular revenue streams as well. We have the second business line, which is the AI aggregator and broker, and this one is both B2B and B2C, which means that basically both companies and consumers can utilize it. Depends on the use case. The first use case that we covered with this one was the crypto insurance one, where we've been actually using this software to allow users to browse different crypto insurance options and get a suitable offer for their needs. And the last one, the third business line, is something that we're working on right now. This is the target goal for the company, and always is the AI legal assistant, which basically allows people to create contracts. That's the first and the most basic functionality, to create contracts, legal agreements through the AI assistant interface, and also to create their blockchain-based, digital equivalents to additionally support those legal contracts that are being, prepared, printed out, or signed digitally, and at the same time, this is providing the AI-based legal services to the users, which can include contract analysis, which can include the outsourcing of the AI, of the legal services, through the usage of the AI, etc., etc. But again, I'm sure that we're going to have a chance to discuss that. And as I said in the very beginning,
Yeah, sure.
we are regulated. So that's the USP. That wasn't our USP in 2020 when we actually get regulated. Nobody cared at that time. It's like, regulation, really, guys? But we really thought about getting regulated from the very beginning, from the foundation of the company. We kind of saw back in 2018 that crypto is full of scams, that crypto is, people are suffering due to the fact that they are investing, putting their money into companies that have no history, there are no background checks, there's nothing, and people often lose money in such investments. We thought that the USP, one of the USPs that we should be that we are fully regulated, fully transparent, fully secure for people that want to entrust us with their money and that want to use our services and products. And that's why we actually went the regulation route, which now we finally in 2023 we start benefiting from this, from going through this route, because as we know, regulations are the hot topic this year.
Yeah, for sure. But you are fully regulated then, so everyone knows. That.
Yes,
for sure.
yes. I mean, I can explain, if you guys will be interested. I can obviously explain what does it mean to be regulated in the EU, because it's
sure.
not that. I mean, it's not that obvious. It's easy to say we are regulated. Yeah, what does it mean? Mm-hmm. Long story short, the regulatory process obviously starts with a with the company being fully vetted, being fully KYC'd by the regulator, so by the local financial authority. This means that obviously there are background checks on the company, on the founders, on the team members, the business plan, and the whole idea, the whole concept is also being reviewed by the experts, by the local experts working for the financial authority.
So when you say local, where is it? Where is it situated? In Poland?
No, it's based in Malta. So Malta was
Malta
was the first one in the EU to actually implement a very strong, very comprehensive jurisdictional framework, which Mika is right now, kind of building on top of. Obviously, they are taking the best practices from other countries as well. But Malta in 2018, 2019, they were the first ones to really jump ahead. They called themselves Blockchain Island. They said, okay, welcome all blockchain projects. Please come and make business in Malta. And we were actually the first ones who got the regulatory status there. And on the exchange side, it was Crypto.com. So it was, from project perspective, it was VAIOT. From exchange perspective, it was Crypto.com. Yeah. And I mean, going forward, regulatory stuff. So we actually had to prepare a full business plan that we did prepare together with a big company from the US, which is called Grant Thornton. We are fully supervised by the authority, which means that we have annual code audits, we have annual security audits by a dedicated licensed audit firm. We have financial audits as well. So they are basically every year they are reviewing our financial situation, our financial statements, etc., etc.
Okay.
I mean, we have to report on the AML, CFT, we have to report on everything. If there are deviations from the business plan, if there are deviations from what's being written in the white paper, this is something that we have to report to the authority, and then they make the decision on what to do with that. Yeah, so you know, full
Nice.
transparency is required towards token holders, etc., etc. So yeah, from operations perspective, it's a nightmare, I can tell you.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it is.
But it's very interesting to hear because everyone says, as you say, oh, we're regulated, we're not regulated. You don't really know what it means to be regulated.
It's true.
But
It's true.
maybe it's different in different parts of the world. But I mean, here in Europe, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with Mika coming in, we're gonna see how, you know, EU wants to regulate it on a wider scale. But as usual with European Union directives, it's mostly, you know, high level guidance. So it's still the countries have to make some specific rulings themselves. But I mean, we often get questioned, what does it mean that Mika is? What does it mean for you if Mika is coming in, and how much will it
And
affect you?
what is MiCA again? What does it stand for?
This is the European Union's regulatory framework. I don't remember the full name. I mean, what it is, but it's basically the EU law for crypto regulation.
Yeah.
Right. So
All right. Cool.
So yeah, and for VAI, I mean, for us, it means basically that we're definitely gonna have to update some things, because Malta will gonna have to update its laws a little bit as well, just to fully comply with MiCA. But on the other hand, I mean, they will just have to update something, and we're gonna have to update some small things. But some countries will have to build it from ground up, right, just to be compliant.
So this means that you have a full legal team, maybe then on
We
VAI.
actually we have our own, of course, we have our own compliance team, but we also are working very closely with Grant Thornton, which is our VFA agent. VFA stands for Virtual Financial Assets. So this is the name of the framework. So actually, when we are talking about VAI token, we're talking about the virtual financial asset. That's how it's called in the regulatory framework. And we, as part of the regulatory requirements, we have to have a VFA agent, which is Grant Thornton, and they have their legal and compliance department that's also working, you know, hand in hand with us, just to make sure that we follow all the guidelines, that we are fully compliant with the regulation.
Yeah, and you offer lots of help with AI to other businesses. Is this maybe something that AI will also take care of later on? All the
You mean
regulations?
well, I mean, yeah,
like that.
definitely. That's one of the things. That's one of the things that we want to focus on as part of the of our AI legal assistance products. So it's not only about drafting, creating, analyzing contracts. It's also providing support to businesses and people, like regular citizens and users, in different regulatory, compliance, public administration processes. I mean, I'm not sure, you guys definitely, each of you have your own experience with different public administration processes. If you want to get a license for your business, if you want to get your license plate changed, if you want to register your car, if you want to register anything, I guess each of us in different countries, we have different experiences. It works better or worse depending on where you're at, but it often happens that those regulatory processes, or for example tax handling, this can get very hard, and this can be very difficult for people who do not have the knowledge or skills or experience with that sort of stuff. I mean, I know for myself, because in Poland public administration is really bad. I mean, if you go to the office, to the public administration office, and you want to do something, you get a lot of trouble, and you get almost zero support. So that's why that's one of the things that we want to tackle with the AA assistance as well. So people who don't have the knowledge or don't know how to deal with a certain public administration or legal process, and they cannot, for example, they cannot afford legal advice, like to go to the law firm or go to the lawyer and get a proper legal advice. They can actually get it cheaper and quicker on their phone through the AI assistant. And if any of you saw what, for example, GPT-4, which is being out since a couple of days or a couple of weeks now, if you saw, or if you had the opportunity to see how it works when you ask it about certain legal
Is it
aspects.
the robot with the face expressions?
Robot with a face? No, I don't know. it's the one from the OpenAI. Is the most advanced AI.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah, it had like face expression. Okay, no, sorry, go on.
So this one, it really shows what can be done if you have certain processes driven by the AI. And in that regard, I mean, if you're asking about getting AI to help get it compliant with certain regulatory requirements, even for companies, this is exactly something that we want to tackle jurisdiction by jurisdiction, process by process. Of course, the AI will not make it for you, but it will definitely guide you through the regulatory process.
Yeah. It's seen as a support then. I mean, you talked about the legal contracts, right? Can anyone, what kind of contracts? Because there are so many different contracts in the world, and in which languages can you have your contract drafted or help to draft it with this AI?
Yeah. So
help?
the scope, of course, is gigantic. As you said, it's a lot of contracts, a lot of languages, a lot of jurisdictions. There are jurisdictional differences around the world. We know that. I mean, a contract in one country will work, in another country it will not work, just because the law is very different. So the way we're approaching this is we're approaching this through a gradual development. So basically, we gradually not only take it use case by use case. So, for example, right now we will be offering in the version that's coming in the middle of this year. We will be offering the service provision contracts. So basically, whenever you want to you want to have a service done by someone, or you want to provide someone a service and you want to back it up with a legal contract, you will be able to generate one through our AI legal assistant, and it's in English. So we're basically we're going to be expanding in English. That's the easiest way right now. But of course, with further development of AI, it will be much easier to generate contracts in different languages as well. But for now, I mean,
so even if it's English, I mean, there are so many countries with different laws, as you said. How is that? Are you thinking about that, or are you like limited to certain kind of countries, or?
Yeah, so that's
is it EU?
that's actually a very good question. We actually had the discussion about this yesterday with Grant Thornton. So long story short, we're basically starting in the EU because this is where the company is based. EU is a lot of it's 28 countries that have a more or less unified legal system, at least to some point, due to the fact that EU is standardizing some of the laws, at least on a higher level, the directive level. So we're definitely starting in the EU. We're focusing on specific use cases that do not have that jurisdiction specific, let's call it like that, jurisdiction specific rulings or legal requirements, and we're basically trying to get those use cases on a very universal, very standardized level. So we're not going into many details. So, for example, service provision contracts are a good example of that. There are not many. If you're creating a contract like that on a basic level, you're thinking about, well, what will be the scope of the service? What are the KPIs for the delivery of the service? What are the penalties? What are the confidentiality clauses? What is the data, the privacy protection, personal data protection, which in the EU is governed by GDPR. What are the rules there? And all of this is universal at the EU level. And if we go to the US, it's also at this level of complexity, it's more or less universal, right? So we're not trying to get into very specific clauses, which might cause issues if you want to go cross jurisdiction, but we're focusing on the highest level, which is the level that is required for most of the agreements that you want to put in place, that us everyday users want to conclude with another party, right? We're not going into, I don't know, mergers or acquisitions, etc., that sort of stuff yet. But I mean, this is the higher level that I'm talking about, right? If we focus on the on a level of us, like regular people, if we want to sell a car, or if you want to have someone paint your wall at your house, I mean, this is the sort of level that we're looking for.
Yeah, okay, that's more convenient for people, normal people, then, to have a legal contract with another person, maybe, and company. So between companies, you help to company or business to business, as you said, and also business to consumer, also consumer to consumer.
That's the best part, actually.
Yeah.
That's the best part. If you go to our website, so VAIOT.ai, you actually can see a use case that we've created a long time ago. So we actually started this project with a joint development project with IBM, and there is a video showcasing a use case where when there is a transaction, C2C, customer to customer or consumer to consumer transaction, for a car sale. And this is exactly the use case that we started with, and this is something that we want for people to have. So a way to negotiate the contract within the app, and this is also something that's going to be available in the application this year, meaning you actually will have a negotiation flow between you and the other party while the contract is being created, constantly in the background, depending on what you're agreeing to with the other party.
Right. So do you pay for these services, obviously? How much does it cost then to get help from an AI to make a car contract, for instance?
So as we're building user base, and I think this is a very reasonable way to approach things. As we're building the user base, we're going to start with very basic fees. So $10 for a contract generated. There will be, of course, some add-ons to that. That will be that will have additional pricing, but we're basically looking at a very small amounts, small fees when you compare it to the traditional services provided by a legal officer or a law firm or a lawyer, right? So basically,
And it is as good as if I go to someone who make it personal.
It might be even better. That's the beauty, because
okay.
because of course it's more standardized and universal in that example, but the beauty is that we're actually it's all based on a big database of contracts, so you're not using the mind and the skills of a single lawyer that you would go to. You're actually, the contract is being based and adjusted based on a database in which you have 100 or 200 or 500 or 1,000 contracts, right, as we go along, and basically build up. So that's the whole idea behind getting the AI legal assistant, that there is an opportunity, there's a capability to have the joint minds of multiple hundreds of law firms and legal professionals in one database. And this little guy, which in our case is a blue genie, it's an impersonation of the AI in our case, is just it has the access to this knowledge base, to those data sets, and of course it knows how to run through those data sets to provide you with the best possible service. And
so are you using the OpenAI well, contracts or formula, or what is called
The
in English, I don't
algorithms.
know. The algorithm, thank you. Or are you building your own?
So the concept, or the I would say that the strategy, development strategy behind our products was, from the very beginning, was very clear. So whenever there is a solution that's on the market, that's basically well built by a gigantic party, uh, we're using those. We are using those solutions. We're not. There was always. We never wanted to reinvent the wheel again, right?
Very good. Yeah,
So I
very
mean,
good.
if Microsoft or IBM have built a AI assistant interface, or an engine to create, efficient AI assistants, then we would be stupid, extremely stupid, to basically, with X times slower budget, try to
Yeah,
make a
yeah.
better thing.
But how does it work then? You take this algorithm and then you improve it yourself with time because you teach it more and more
Yeah, I
things.
mean, so the issue with that is that all of this stuff is as it has to be. It's very standardized and it's very general, right?
Hmm.
So first of all, what we do is we take those working engines and we obviously harness it in a way that it works and serves our purpose. But on top of that, we are actually adding our own machine learning algorithms that are necessary for a specific assistant or a specific service, to do this particular function, or to do this particular thing that is not delivered by those big, by those big generic engines, right? So for example, we've been starting with using IBM Watson for several things, including AI assistant creation. Then we migrated some parts, especially the conversational AI dialogues, to Microsoft Lewis. We are using OpenAI's GPT-3 right now for the this sort of Q&A module for this conversational AI, which is going a little bit outside of the box. We're going to be integrating with GPT-4 as well, as it's going to be ready for the integrations. But to that mix of different well-developed technologies, we're adding our own algorithms that allow us to do certain things. For example, search through the contractual data and build up its own clauses based on those the legal data sets, etc., etc. So as
So you feed it with new information also, basically,
yeah, so yes, exactly.
your own.
Exactly.
Hmm.
As well, we're building data
But
sets on from legal knowledge, basically, right? So we're
yeah,
adding data sets that are, that we obtain from partners, legal law firms, etc., consulting firms, and we basically add it to our, already developed knowledge base, and these are the data sets that we use for training of the machine learning algorithms.
but how does it work? If you buy a software program, you get like regular updates from the provider. Is that the same with these AI solutions? Do you get updates also then, or do you buy it and then you develop it further yourself only?
Yeah, I mean, you get an update as every other service, for those parts, for those pieces, for those engines that we're using. It's yeah, I mean, it's updated. It's being updated by the providers, of course. And for the
Hmm.
algorithms that we develop, obviously we have to, we do the upgrades ourselves. But I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's it's not something that's available for any other, businesses in the cloud. That's not something that we share. That's not something that we show in our GitHub or something like that. This is proprietary. This is the money maker. This is the piece of
yeah. It's open plus closed
yes,
AI.
yes, exactly, exactly,
Okay.
exactly. I mean, you can imagine, because this is the question we often get, why, this is not the stuff that we're sharing, because you guys are a crypto project, so decentralization, etc., etc., knowledge sharing, But I mean, those algorithms are the things that we have as a proprietary technology,
Yeah,
right?
of
This
course.
is where the value of the company stands as well. And I mean, for people who are investing or did invest in VAIOT, this is also where they see their value being held, and this is the value that we're generating when we are, spending money on development.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. No, I get it. You're a business, so I mean, there's DeFi and there's like you're regulated. You're a proper business. You follow the laws all around, and yeah, there's both both ways, I guess. And I mean, how does it work then? Can a business get full service from you all around, or do they like buy bit by bit? Do I buy one contract each time, or can I have more like a full service
So,
from
so,
VAIOT?
so, so this depends a little bit on the business case, let's say, or on the product that we're talking about. So, we have a team that's building the AI assistants for specific use cases and for specific purposes and for specific clients as well. So, for example, we've been building some POCs for the potential clients that we've been in talks with. For example, we did have a commercial discussion with one of the top 5 exchanges for the KYC assistant. So basically, an assistant that's capable of doing the whole KYC process with the user inside their mobile app. And as a business, you can come to us and basically buy a fully customized AI assistant that we can develop for you and for a particular digitization of a particular process in your organization or particular process that is serving your clients. That's one of the options, and then obviously it's a fully tailor-made solution. So it's a fully tailor-made offer with the implementation fee, with the maintenance fee, the license afterwards, etc., etc. But also, if you're asking about contracts specifically, for the AA legal assistant, for now it's a one-off payment model. So basically, if you want to have a contract generated, you will have to pay for each contract, etc., etc. But we will be adding a subscription model, which means that if you are a small business, for example, and you cannot afford to have your own legal department, you don't want to pay an external law firm, or this is not something that you need, you will be able to buy a subscription, pay a monthly subscription, and basically be able to generate as many contracts as you need within a month. For example, if you're thinking about, or you have to generate employment contracts for your business on a monthly basis, a couple of them every month, or dozens of them every month. This is something that you can do as a business with the AA assistant. The employment contracts are not something that we're offering yet, but this is something that we're looking into as a potential use case with a lot of business potential in it. Because basically, I mean, I think that we all know, I know for sure, small businesses that hire employees and need to have those employees covered by certain employment contracts, but they don't necessarily want to have a legal department, or they don't necessarily want to pay a law firm, right? So this is where we come. This is the niche that where the AI assistant can come handy, with a subscription fee not being a piece of what you would pay to the law firm, and still you get the job done.
Yeah, okay. Well, I have a question then. How come, since you're business people, you said lots of real business people gathered and are doing this project together, how come you choose to involve crypto? What is the use case of the token or the coin in the processes? Do you have to use them to pay with, or or why is the value of why can I expect the value to go up? I mean, well, I can't maybe. No financial advice, but I mean, I think you know what I'm after here, what I mean.
Yeah, so the main reason why we did turn to blockchain was, first of all, the technology itself. So a couple of our employees were involved with another companies where blockchain was used for specific business purposes outside of crypto, right? So we know that financial sector is using blockchain for certain processes. Some other supply chain tracking is where you use blockchain as well for commercial reasons, etc., etc. And you don't get tokens involved. So first of all, we wanted to have the AI legal assistant covered by blockchain technology as well, just to utilize the fact that it provides a layer of undeniability when it comes to contractual data. It allows for a for an extended automation of contract execution, and we did decide to get involved with token because we saw token as one of the mechanisms that would allow us to increase the adoption of our technology, basically. So long story short, we are using the token in many ways in the application to incentivize the users to use the application, to buy the services, as they are basically getting piece of the money that they spent for the service. They are getting it back, right? Or we basically make them come back because they are getting their payback advice. They're getting some benefits that would allow them to buy cheaper next time they come. This is how we kind of saw an option for us to increase the user base rapidly, or more rapid, or to be able to offer services at the cheaper discounted prices, especially when we've been talking about the AI aggregator and broker, when we've been considering different insurance options. It's a hard sector to compete with, but to compete in. But when you add a token on top of it, and you actually have an option to discount the price in a way that there is a token involved, that you can basically that people can get back from a transaction that they make, it means that they're buying the same services or the same products cheaper. And that was kind of a way for us to jump into the market by being able to offer discounted prices and other benefits.
All right. So the revenue that you accumulate then when projects come and buy your services or your products, does anything goes back to just the holder of the token, or can you like stake it and get something back, or is there a way, or is it going to the company for other things?
So if we're talking about pay tokens you get back from your purchases, that this is basically your assets. So you will be able to stake it, right? So we have staking introduced in our solutions. We're just starting. I think that tomorrow at 6 p.m. Or which is 4 p.m. UTC, we will be launching our new single staking asset platform on Polygon.
Okay.
Because we just decided to migrate from Cosmos to Polygon, and so there are staking.
Why is that?
I mean, there are a couple of reasons, of course. I always tend to just say good things about organizations and technologies. So I'm just gonna say that Polygon has a magnificent ecosystem. It has a lot of add-on technologies. It has a lot of support for developers, and this is something that and there is a lot of developers on the market as well, which is extremely important from operations point of view. To be blunt, to not talk to the dreamers, if there are some dreamers in the room, to be extremely blunt. from operations perspective, it's extremely important that a certain technology that you use has a wide enough developer base in the industry or on the employment market, that you actually can develop.
They are bigger and more in use. They are used more.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yes, exactly.
Basically.
Exactly. So this is also from looking from risk perspective, risk management perspective for the company. It's important to have enough people to develop the technology, especially if you want to go quick.
Yeah. So what is then VAIOT doing to improve the user growth? You moved to Polygon and you are opening a new staking mechanism tomorrow. You said I read also that you're just started on SushiSwap.
Oh yeah. We're doing that tomorrow, where we're adding significant liquidity to SushiSwap. So I mean, of course. So if we're talking about holders, then of course beginning of this year we have published a plan for this year, which we really consider to be the most important year for our company, due to the fact that we all know and we are all aware how hot is AI those days.
Yeah.
It's a very convenient trend for us because, as I said, we've been on the market since 2020, 2021, being listed.
You caught it early, yeah.
Being listed. I think that I mean, I definitely know that OraChain was there as well, because we did partner in 2021 with OraChain very early. There was Fetch AI, of course. I mean, we were very early there, so it's really cool to see that AI is finally getting its 5 minutes, hopefully more than 5 minutes, maybe 5 hours, but there's also regulatory talk. So we really think that this year will be the most important one for us, and hence we're basically putting a lot of effort this year for getting more holders. That's and more holders for us always mean potentially more users, because a holder is more prone to be a user. So we're listing on a couple of centralized and decentralized exchanges this year. We already did have a launch on BitGet. We're going to have another one after Easter, another centralized exchange. That's the first time I said that. So if any of our current holders are listening, then yay. And
nice.
And we were.
I saw you on KuCoin also.
Sorry.
I saw that you were on KuCoin.
Yeah, KuCoin was the first one, actually, the first centralized exchange that took us in. So there are a couple of them. We are trying to extend the availability of the token to attract more holders in different parts of the world, of course. But from the user base perspective, we're opening up every time we have an issue of a product, or an issue of another release of a software that was already previously released. We open up beta testing campaigns, incentivized, of course, beta testing campaigns, to get people to utilize the technology, to report bugs as they always happen, to report some development suggestions. So this is the mechanism that we use. We're kind of prone to this idea of community-driven development, where community actually has a say in the functionalities that we develop. And we already, we learned by experience that community members often have tremendous functionality related ideas or improvement ideas. And this is also how we want to attract more users, to basically allow people to get involved, to test, to get their hands on the software ahead of it being launched. And I mean, we're going to be pursuing the traditional market as well. So that's again, coming back to the very beginning of our conversation, the piece of the dualism that we have at VAIOT, that we actually, with the AI Legal Assistant, it's not only for Web3 space, it's not only for crypto native users, it's also for regular people who don't know anything about crypto, who don't want to know anything about crypto, because there is an option to buy a contract with fiat money, so with your card. There is those fiat card payment, those fiat money payments, those card payments will also be giving out the VAI payback. So the incentivization to attract more people to get into crypto, basically, to start.
I like that. That is a really good one.
Yeah. I mean, that's the piece of it.
It's a product. You sell the product, and you can buy it with crypto or with fiat.
Yeah. Of course, because I mean, it's a regular person service, right? It's I mean, anyone wants to. Oh, okay, everyone once in his life has to develop a contract, has to sign a contract, has to analyze a contract. Sometimes we do have to sign a contract which we don't understand, and this is where AI comes handy and says, basically, because we tested it already yesterday with GPT-4, for example, that it actually, when you upload a NDA, if you upload an agreement there, it actually flags out the issues that you have there, and basically suggests you what can be done better in this contract, etc., etc. Again, no legal advice in that case, but this is.
But how do you do that? Do you scan the contract that you have been given then, and then the AI tells you, oh, here section 2, it's not good, or
No, it's basically
it can be improved here.
it's really simple. You just upload the document, you just upload the contract, and it basically runs through it. Of course, it's using the gigantic database that they have there, but it basically scans through the contract, and it tells you, okay, so in this clause, and this clause, and this clause, and this clause, you have this and this and this that you should be aware of that might be a potential red flag. If you change it to this or this or this, then the risk will go away, or at least it will be reduced. That's how it works.
All right. Another simple question, maybe. What kind of, if I want to stake my token, if I buy my token on an exchange like KuCoin, for instance, and where do I have to like put them to be able to stake my token? Because I can't do it from the exchange, or can I?
You can. We actually have we actually have a staking, constantly open staking for 6 month periods on KuCoin. We're actually going to be extending this on 14th of April, I think, because this is when the current staking period ends on KuCoin. So for those, again, VAIOT holders who are dying to jump into the pool there because it's always full, then that's your moment. It's 14th of April.
Oh, so it can be full. You have to be fast.
Yeah, it's a game that our community members sometimes play. That someone shouts out in the community chat that KuCoin staking has some free spots and people are just racing. But that's one of the reasons why we're actually starting the decentralized, let's call it like that, single asset staking for VAI token as well on Polygon, just for people who, first of all, don't like sexes, don't like centralized exchanges, and second of all, who cannot get into the KuCoin pool. They can actually stake on Polygon, which is basically a separate mechanism, right? So you basically transfer your VAI tokens to your MetaMask. You go to Polygon network, you go to our service, which is stake.viot.ai, and you connect with MetaMask and you're set to go.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good. I mean, we're having so much fun. We were a little bit late, but there's lots of people wanting to ask you questions as well here, Pavel. I don't know how much time you have, though. I must ask you that first.
I think that I will have time for just, 2 or 3 questions, I guess, before I have to jump off to another one. But
okay.
Let's go.
Let's have some questions, guys. So I'm going to unmute a few people I've seen in here for a long time already. Moon. Hello.
Can you hear me?
What? Yes. What is your question, Moon?
Yeah, my question is how easily or platform will be accessible for newbies. So will it be also easily accessible for newbies like me?
Hey, so it's a good question, and the beauty about the AI assistant is that it's gonna
Yeah,
assist you to get in.
yeah, both of you. Yes.
So, so long story short, the way it works is that we're gonna have a single interface for the users. So basically, you're not gonna have to search for different services, different products. It's gonna be a single AI assistant that you're gonna be able to access through your browser, and later on through through a mobile application as well. And as it has a sort of conversational, both voice and text conversational interface, you're just gonna, hey, say hi VAIOT, and you're gonna tell him what you want him to do, right? So if you will want to for him to create you a contract, to prepare a contract for you, you'll just tell him, VAIOT, I need a contract, or I need an agreement for this guy to paint my wall, or for me selling my car. And it's basically going to do all the work for you, and it's going to drive you through the process, through the whole process, up to the point where you have the agreement, where you have negotiated the terms with another party, where you can have the contract signed digitally. So I don't know, through the integration with DocuSign or whatever. I mean, from user perspective, it should be smooth. It should be a very smooth user experience for you and for the other party that you want to make a contract with. So you just don't feel that you have anything to worry about, any technological knowledge, any legal knowledge, etc., etc. So that's the aim.
Thank you.
Great.
That's cool, man.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Runar. Thank you. And Mr. Sia, what is your question?
Uh, Thank you my opportunity. And my question is, security is the most important thing to consider when starting up a project or partnership. How they secure in this project for users and investor, because there has been is a lot hacking issue. Can you get information about your security system? That is my question.
So
So about the security system,
yeah,
yeah.
so
Okay,
so
thank you.
so if we're talking about security, I have to again refer to the regulation. So as I told you in the beginning, uh, we are obliged by law to have an annual security audit done for the full company and for its services as well. So that's the first layer that basically is set to bring security to the company and to its holders, to the users of its services, etc., etc. The audits, the information security audits being done are based mostly on ISO 27001 information security management standards. So if any one of you knows that, then it's fairly comprehensive. It's worldwide accepted. It's used worldwide. I did have implemented some of those systems earlier in my career as well. So it's a good background. It's a good foundation from which we start. The company is audited internally in terms of internal processes, in terms of security of the processes here that we have in place. What we're doing in addition to that is we're actually working together with partners to have each piece of code, each release of code that we prepare, and each release of the product audited from code perspective. So there is always at least 2 or 3 independent developers looking at a certain module being built by our development team. So we can have second opinion, and you know how it works. It's kind of a bounty. So basically, if you find something wrong with this code, you're gonna get a bonus. So that's always a good way to incentivize people to find loopholes. But we're also working with and we're basically starting. This is a good moment to ask this question, because we're just finalizing the talks and discussions with Certic. We are in discussions with Hacken as well. So leading companies in Web3 space for information security services, and those are also the companies that we're going to be looking into our code, mostly focusing on blockchain and blockchain contracts that are governing the funds flow behind any of our products. But I mean, this is at the end of the day, this is what interests investors, token holders the most. So they want to know that their funds are going to be secure. We are learning from a lot of experiences that we have in the past. We understand how important it is that at least 2 or 3 parties look at the same piece of code to find any loopholes. And yeah, I mean, this is the multi-layer security system that we have put in place to make sure that each piece of software we put out to the market is gonna work, wonders.
Great. Good answer. Can we have one more question? I put up Silver Surfer here. Do you have time for that?
Yeah,
Paul?
let's go.
Let's go, Silver Surfer. What is your question?
Yeah, so while looking at your project, it is very clear that AI is playing a huge role. But one of the things I've seen recently in the Web3 space that they launch with the AIs, they don't develop it with the time. What we see in the like other artificial intelligence developed in Google or any other search engines, they continuously develop with time. For an example, like ChatGPT, you have seen they continuously launches new versions. So I was just asking, the AI you are using, will you tend to upgrade it and develop it continuously with the time, adding more features and to making it more fast and developed in terms of and also will you focusing on like community feedbacks and surveys what they want in the AIs later on?
Right. Good question. A big one as well. So definitely, as we discussed earlier, we did touch a little bit this topic earlier in our discussion with Mary. So first of all, as we're using and integrating a lot of existing AI tech from the big companies like Microsoft, like IBM, like OpenAI, uh, we're basically getting this piece of code, this piece of solutions updated as we go. On our side, so for our machine learning algorithms, this is the same story. So basically, we are constantly developing the solutions and the algorithms that we're putting in place. This is the natural and the only way to develop AI, right? So there's no such point. Actually, any software and any product, you cannot just stand in place for even a minute. Those days, the environment is so fast paced that you basically have to be better all the time. And with AI, the beauty is that if as it works, the more it works, the more data it gets from users, the more input it gets from the external sources, the better it can be trained, the better it works, the faster it works, etc., etc. So definitely we're building our development strategies, of course, on constant development and constant learning of our machine learning algorithms. And for the second part of your question, again, I did touch base upon this point. We are trying as much as possible, as much as we can, to involve community-based development approach into our development. We hope that it will be possible to do it even more, as we have a couple of product releases still to come in 2023. Each of those product releases will have its beta testing campaigns, so opportunities to test the software, to give out ideas for implementations, ideas for development, and the same stands for the AI part of it. As much as any community member will be able to participate in that process, which of course it's not going to be that easy, but we have some brilliant guys in our community that are definitely capable of adding value even to the AI development process. So look, I mean, that's the best that's the best kind of support that you can get. People who are involved because they want to be involved, people who are involved in following the project, people who really care about the project, not because they are being paid, but because they just care, right? So yeah, definitely.
because they like it. Thank you, Silver Surfer. All right, I have another question also, and that is about the future. Maybe we can touch more. You said there's a lot of new things coming even tomorrow, but beyond that, what is the plans and what is the vision for VAIOT, like maybe even 3 to 5 years ahead?
So we have the opportunity and the beauty of the fact that the AI legal assistant is an unending story a little bit, meaning that there are so many use cases, so many agreements, so many types of contracts, so many public administration processes in so many countries. We can do we can help in so many processes. I wouldn't even try to imagine, for how long the constant development might go. I want the only thing that I can say is that we have a very, very strict strategy right now on how we want to provide another releases and other iterations of the product, meaning that we want to have another use case, another contract, or another use case, another process covered every quarter now. So we will start mid this year with the service provision contracts. We want to add further use cases, further contracts, further options for the users every quarter with a new release of the AI Legal Assistant. So this is something that we're going to be focusing on. Aside of that, we will be launching other smaller products, like side products, which use or share the pieces of the same technology, but can serve as a standalone products. This is something which we did with the giveaway contracts that beta just ended this Friday. So we did actually have a beta launch with a beta testing period that ended last Friday. Sorry. So we're going to be launching more of those as well. This is how we also want to make sure that and present to the market that this project is constantly developing. It's in line with our basic agile software development approach as well, that we deliver smaller versions of the product, but in iterations and shorter time frames to get to shorten the feedback loops, etc., etc. And in addition to the product development, of course, we want to extend on our followers, on our user base, on our token holders, on our people. So we will be approaching further exchanges, further markets for our token. We will be approaching further partnerships. One of the greatest things is that the technology that we have is something that most of the companies need. Meaning there are multiple business processes in every company that you can digitize, and you can use the AI assistant for to generate different stuff, to analyze different stuff. So we'll be looking at more partners with which we can integrate, and this is also a piece of the strategy, a piece of the development plan, and a piece of strategy to attract more users and to get more technological coverage on the market. Yeah, I mean.
So how do you differentiate yourself to other competitors or other similar projects, if there are any, who has same? I mean, there are lots of projects with AI now. You were a little bit earlier, maybe, so you haven't. You're a little bit ahead, many probably, but how are you gonna,
So
stay up on top?
in Web3, I don't think that there is a project doing what we're doing in terms of providing or using using AI in general to just simplify processes, digitize and simplify processes for people. So I know some of the other AI projects, they are doing magnificent stuff with using AI to support traders, with using AI to make some particular pieces of financial systems work better, etc., etc. So this is the usage of the AI to be the technology that drives a certain business process from ground up. And we're doing something different here. We're basically using AI to simplify processes that are well known already to people, that people are using every day for centuries, for dozens of years. And we're basically using AI and adding blockchain on top of it to help people make those processes more efficient, to make it simpler for people, to help people do some things faster, more efficient, with better outcomes, with more quality, etc., etc. So it's a different kind of it's another layer. I think we're if we're looking at layers, many AI projects are focusing on very deep layers when they are setting up the foundation for many mechanisms on a technological level. We're one of the higher levels, so we're basically the layer that is consumer facing, that is customer facing, that is user facing, and this is where the user is actually directly interacting with AI, in contrary to some of the other projects that where the user, well, he might know, or he or she might know that this solution is driven by AI, but he's not experiencing it firsthand, right?
Yeah, I get it. All right. Well, it has been a pleasure having you here. I'm not going to keep you longer. I think you need to go, you said. So I could talk forever, you know,
Cool.
because
Yeah.
it's very interesting. I like a good project that you can see this is some thoughts behind it. It has been around for a while. And yeah, you're also regulated. So, I mean, lots of good stuff to know it's a legit business or a legit project. So that's always interesting to talk extra much. So, but I know you have somewhere else to be. Pavel, I would like to give you the floor to have a closing statement if there is something else that you think that we forgot to talk about or mention. So yeah, go ahead.
So first of all, thank you very much for having me. It really was a pleasure. So I would love to stay and talk talk a bit more. I hope that there will be another opportunity. In terms of
course,
yeah, come on. in terms of the closing statement, I mean, there is not much from my side. I'm not going to advocate, for you guys to do anything. Basically, I encourage everyone just to take a look at what we're doing. Take a look at our YouTube, where there are some videos showcasing the early versions of the AI assistant how it works, just so you can see what it can be, what is the potential, and how the world can look like at some point in time. I mean, it's nothing compared to GPT-4 that's just being launched. So if you have a chance to get your hands on this one, then try it, because as our R&D director says, it's something that's going to break the internet. It's something that's going to change the world, really, the GPT-4. So yeah, I mean, guys, the AI is the future. The conversational AI is something that's going to be involved in our lives directly very soon, depending on governmental adoption, regulations of the AI, etc., which is another topic. But yeah, check it out, and I mean, check us out as well, because we're doing something like that. We have a niche that we're doing, in which we're working, but still, this is something that we're doing. We're part of that. So just check out our website and our socials, and we invite you to the discussion on our community channels. And yeah, take care and enjoy AI.
Great. So if you have questions still, where is the best place to go? Is it Telegram or?
Yeah, definitely. For now, I would say Telegram. So you guys can go to our Twitter profile, which I think was linked in the invitation to this AMA.
Well, you can just click on you, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can just click on me. I'm actually the AI assistant that we've been talking about. So and there is a link tree in the description of our profile where you have all the links to all the channels. And yeah, join our Telegram, ask questions, get into the discussion. You are invited.
Great. And one final question: what do you put on your pizza, Pavel?
What do I put on my pizza? Basically,
Do you like pineapple?
everything. Pineapple, whatever. I mean, I don't care. I love pizza, so it doesn't matter. And since I'm
You're always
artificial,
hungry.
since I'm not real, it doesn't even matter, right?
Okay, you're just an AI.
Of course.
Thank you, Mr. AI. That was a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you.
I would love to have you back at some point to talk about like maybe some controversials about the AI, because there's not only roses, is it?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, why not?
Would you be up for that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that
Let's
would
do
be
that.
fun. All right. Take care, Paul. Send me a message if you want, so I can get your real handle, if you don't mind.
Of course,
That would be nice.
We'll do. Perfect. Thank you very much,
And
Mary. Thank you for having me.
have a great day and good luck with
Thank you, guys.
with the future
Thank
of the
you.
project and all the AI.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Cheers. Take care.
Thank you. All right, guys. I didn't get any answer from Alpha yet. I think I will collect some more winners because I was talking too much as usual. It's so nice to talk and ask good questions. So I will have some of you. Let's have a competition. I'll collect 2 more at least. I want to have a laughing smiley from you guys. Who's giving Mary a laughing smiley first? Laughing smiley. Why are you crying, King? Laughing smiley. Jay, my man, you won. What takes you so long? Is it the delay or something? Probably is. All right, enough with the laughing. I want some clapping hands. It's the end, right? Clapping hands, guys. Clapping hands. Who's clapping hands first? Samchis, you're whitelisted. All right, guys, I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for coming, and I'm not sure I'm going to be back until next week, actually, because it's Eastern time. I'm taking a couple of days off. Maybe Alpha is hosting instead. I don't know. I wish you happy Easter, those of you who have that tradition. The other ones, keep working. I'm going to take days off. All right, guys. Don't eat too much pizza. We'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.